the world with Elite Global Journeys, the Valley's luxury travel experts.
Today we're heading to the land down under for an unforgettable experience that will have you traveling by land, sea, and air in luxury. Our local experts at Elite Global Journeys now show us the Tailor can show you the many sights of Australia. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know what to say about that, Craig.
Right?
I just don't.
Amazing, isn't it?
Exactly. Now let's welcome the people who can help you get there. Craig Mungary, owner and luxury travel advisor for Elite Global Journeys. Joining him, Drew Kluska, managing director, and Andy Edwards, premium account manager for the Tailor. Welcome all three of you. How are you today?
Thank you, Desiree. Great.
Good. I'm glad to hear. Craig, you always take us to some amazing places. Now let's remind our viewers how we could get there.
Absolutely. Desiree, we just want them to give us a call. Come on in, talk to us right here at our local office in Fresno. We'll make them an appointment and we will share with them some of the experts we have in our portfolio to take them to all these amazing destinations around the world.
Exactly. And you know, Craig, I love to remind our viewers that you guys go there, you know where you're sending them because you go firsthand, you travel to these places.
Absolutely, absolutely. My staff and I spend a great deal of time traveling the world, experiencing the destinations so that we have that firsthand knowledge to share with them.
Exactly, and that's what matters, that you guys know what's going to happen, what to expect, and people need to remember that. And Craig, where are you taking us today?
Today we're going down under. We're going to Australia, and we've got a couple of guests here from our farthest away destination.
Oh, that's for sure.
Exactly, and they're going to share some wonderful, amazing details with us on Australia.
Of course, and Drew, we're going to start with you. We need to start talking about the Tailor. Tell me a little bit about it.
We've been in operation for 22 years now. Wow. So we tailor-make journeys. We work with professionals like Craig at Elite Global Journeys, and we customise journeys for people looking for something really special in Australia.
Wow. And what about you, Andy? Do you have something to add to that?
No, what we do is very specialised, Desiree, and thank you for having us in your beautiful city. So we, as per the name, we tailor-make every journey. We work with Craig, we get a brief. A lot of people are first-time travellers to Australia. It's a big country, and there's so much to do. And really, not everyone appreciates just how much there is to do and how much we can show them.
You know what, Andy, I'm glad that you mentioned that because we need to tell our viewers how diverse is Australia.
I mean, we've got so many environments. We've got the oldest rainforest in the world. We've got the Great Barrier Reef, which most people have heard of.
Absolutely.
Of course, we've got the outback. We've got tropical outback. We've got the deserts in the centre. We've got the subtropics. We've got Tasmania, which is, you know, quite wet as well. So, and maybe you want to add to that.
Incredible wildlife.
Yeah.
Our wildlife is incredibly unique, as I'm sure and everyone has seen with, you know, we've had the fires down under, of course, which I'm glad to say are very much all under control now. A bit of a few localised fires that you here on the West Coast would be familiar with and in summer at our time of the year. So that's a great thing, but we have incredible diversity in our wildlife and it's a real draw card for Australia.
You know, and I'm glad that you mentioned the whole fires because I'm pretty sure people are watching and they're just kind of like, wait a minute, what's going on with the fires? Right now the status is that they are under control thanks to the whole rain that's happening, right? We need to just remind them of that too.
Yeah. We left Australia 2.5 weeks ago and rain was falling then and it has across the fire grounds, which has been fantastic. And I see the map there now. You'll see there's a couple of orange and red spots where the fires were pertinent, but really mainly, you know, 95% of Australia was unaffected, if not more. And certainly most of the tourism regions that we deal with, all untouched.
Exactly,
So,
that's what people need to remember. And then for those first-time visitors, what do you guys recommend?
Oh, I mean, there's so many things to do, but, you know, if you've got 12 to 14 days, and we will work with someone like Craig, find out what you like and what you don't like, but generally the things we say, you have to visit the Great Barrier Reef, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's number one. You have to go to Sydney and sail on the harbour. You have to get out in the bush and see a kangaroo or a koala. And
Why not both? Can't they see both?
Well, yeah, of course you can see both. Well, you see both, of course. And also go to the outback as well. So if you do those 4 things, you'll get a really good diversity of Australia.
Oh my God. And then what about Lizard Island?
Well, I mean, I love lizards. How do you know all about Lizard Island?
We have video of Lizard Island, don't we? There we go.
Oh, yeah,
gosh, look
beautiful.
at that. Oh, look at that.
So perfect for the Great Barrier Reef. Accommodation is incredible, easy to get to, and a real lovely high-end experience on the Great Barrier Reef.
I mean, the big thing about Lizard Island is it's right on the reef.
Yeah.
Most people don't realise that the reef is a 2-hour boat ride from the edge of, you know, from the beach, so to speak. So Lizard, you're just right there, and everywhere you are, there's a barrier reef all around.
You're just surrounded by beauty, that's for sure. Look at those images.
It's
God.
pristine.
Look at that beautiful water.
Oh my
24
gosh.
white powdery beaches, and they are white and powdery.
I love it, I love it. Now, when is the ideal time to travel to Australia?
Now, this is a very good question because we're such a huge island continent, somewhere's always perfect. So whether you go in January, where you can go south, where the beaches are great, if you go in May to November, the north is absolutely great, the Northern Territory, right up to the Kimberley, it's great there. So, you know, there's always somewhere perfect to go. But if you were to go to visit the Great Barrier Reef, where you can cover all parts of Australia at any one time, I would say probably May is a great time to go.
It's a good time. And then May is just coming
May's
up, right?
coming up.
So keep that in
Desiree,
mind.
absolutely.
Yeah, your school holidays, July here, there's perfect times for spring break. And I guess that's why Craig uses a company like us. We know all the nuances around the destination. So where's perfect? When's not so good to go? There's places that we don't sometimes send people at certain times of the year. But as I say, as Drew said, it's such a massive island continent that there's always somewhere to go and experiences to be had.
Exactly. And Craig, of course, talking about the fires or any natural disaster, you as a travel agent, how do you protect your clients?
You know, what we do, Desiree, is we work with experts like these guys. They're on the ground in the destination all the time. So 24/7, when we ring them on the phone and have a conversation with them, then we know exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
So they're going to make sure that our guests are traveling to the proper areas during the perfect weather seasons, during the different times of year. It's very amazing when you look at Australia. It's as large as the United States is. Yes, it's an island country or an island continent, but it's as large as the United States. So obviously the weather in California differs from what the weather is in New York or Texas. So that's how diverse their area is as well.
Exactly. So if you're looking for a perfect travel agency, Craig is your guy, that's for sure. Craig, thank you so much for being here. Drew, Andy, thank you for traveling all the way from Australia to visiting us.
It's our
We
pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Desiree.
Stay with us because we have more.